The Young and the Restless spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful day to dive into some absolute madness from Genoa City. I have my oversized coffee ready, and honestly, after seeing what just went down, you might need something stronger. We have a massive, game-changing bombshell to unpack today, so get comfortable. And I just cannot even believe what I am typing right now. But I guess I should have seen it coming because nothing in Genoa City ever stays buried forever. So let's talk about Jill. Jill Abbott, the woman who just cannot let her son, or, well, the man we all thought was her son, just live his life in peace. Honestly, I'm just so tired. I've been covering this show for a while now, and sometimes I just want to scream at the screen. What were the writers thinking? Or maybe this is actually brilliant? Okay, that sounded a bit dramatic, but you get what I mean. Let's be real for a second. Jill has always been toxic to Billy. Always. Every single time he finds a shred of happiness, she swoops into town like a dark cloud and just ruins it. Ruins it completely. And right now, she has returned and she is making everything so much worse than it has ever been. I mean, things were already bad. We all know what happened. We all know the absolute tragedy that Sally Spectra just went through. Sally was already completely broken. She was terrified, she was vulnerable, and she was pregnant. And what did Jill and Billy do? They doubted her. They questioned the paternity of the baby. They pushed her until she couldn't take it anymore. And that led to Sally fleeing in a blinding rainstorm. It led to the car crash. It led to her losing the baby. She had a miscarriage because she was running away from the toxic environment that Jill created and Billy allowed. And you would think that after a tragedy like that, Jill would back off. You would think any normal human being would say, okay, I pushed too far. I need to give them space to grieve. But no, not Jill. Jill marches back in and decides that now is the perfect time to demand that Sally leave Genoa City forever. She wants Sally gone. She wants Billy to start a new life without her. And I am just sitting here watching this thinking, who actually believes this is going to end well? Who does Jill think she is? Sally is lying there in a hospital bed, grieving the loss of her second child. Remember, she already lost baby Ava with Adam, and Jill is basically trying to sweep her out of town like she's yesterday's trash. It makes me so mad. It really does. Sometimes I have to pause the episode and just walk away for a minute. But here is the thing. Here is the massive, earth-shattering twist that nobody saw coming. And I mean nobody. The fans on social media are going to absolutely lose their minds over this. I can already see the timelines exploding. So Billy is already drowning in guilt. He knows he messed up with Sally. He knows his doubts caused her to run. He is in a terrible headspace, probably pacing around, looking for something, anything to distract himself. And by pure chance, he finds a document, a medical document, a DNA test result. And you know how this goes on the show. It's classic Y&R. Someone always leaves a highly classified, life-altering document just sitting in a drawer or a safe that someone else magically guesses the combination to. It's a bit clunky, but we go with it because the drama is just too good. So Billy opens this envelope, and he's reading it, and he's reading it again, because you don't just read a DNA test once when it tells you that your entire existence is a lie. You read it like 50 times. You look at the names. You look at the percentages. 0%. Zero. Not a match. Jill and Billy are not biologically mother and son. Let that sink in. Let that just wash over you for a second. Jill is not Billy's real mother. I had to read my notes 3 times to make sure I wasn't hallucinating, but it's true. The DNA results are crystal clear. They share no biological connection whatsoever. And honestly, my jaw was on the floor. I mean, what does this even mean for the history of the show? Billy has been an abbot. He has been Jill's golden boy, her problematic golden boy, for his entire life. And it was all a lie, a complete lie. But wait, it gets worse. Because, of course, it gets worse. It's not just that they aren't related. It's that Jill knew. She knew. She actually knew. And when Billy realizes this, you can just see his entire world shatter into a million pieces. The realization hits him like a freight train. Jill has known this entire time that he wasn't her biological son. And suddenly, everything makes a terrifying amount of sense. Think about it. Think about their entire history. Think about every single time Jill has looked down her nose at Billy. Every time she treated him like a massive disappointment. Every time she told him he wasn't living up to his potential or the family name. Maybe I'm being too harsh here. But did she ever truly love him like a son? Or was he just a prop, a pawn in her endless games? Billy starts to put the pieces together. He realizes that this is why she never loved him the way a mother should. This is why their relationship has always felt so conditional. Because to her, he wasn't really hers. He was a project. He was something she could control. And when he rebelled, she punished him with a coldness that only makes sense now. And the absolute irony of this whole situation is just wild. It is so poetic and so tragic. Just a few days ago, Billy was the one demanding a paternity test. He was the one letting Jill get into his head, doubting if Sally's baby was really his. He destroyed his relationship and indirectly caused the death of his unborn child over DNA doubts. And now he finds out his own DNA is a lie. His own mother isn't his mother. The universe really has a sick sense of humor sometimes. So the confrontation happens, and oh man, the confrontation. You guys know Billy. When Billy gets mad, he usually gets reckless. He drinks, he gambles, he acts out. But this time it feels different. It feels like a cold anger, a deep, freezing cold anger. He looks at Jill, this woman who just drove his girlfriend to flee into a storm, this woman who is actively trying to run a grieving Sally out of town, and he just snaps. He confronts her with the paper, and she doesn't even have the decency to look shocked, because she knew. She tries to explain, she tries to spin it the way Jill always spins things, talking about legacy and protection and whatever nonsense she uses to justify her lies. But Billy isn't having it. He is just done. Done. He tells her that they are finished. They will no longer have a relationship. They are not mother and son. Just like that, decades of history, decades of toxic, messy, complicated family dynamics, just severed in one conversation. He tells her she has absolutely no right to interfere in his life anymore. She has no right to tell him who to love, where to work, or how to live. And she definitely has no right to speak to Sally ever again. And I have to say, I am so here for this. I am so here for Billy finally standing up and cutting the cord. It's about time. For years we have watched him let Jill dictate his self-worth. We watched him spiral every time she expressed disappointment. But now the spell is broken. He sees her for who she really is, a liar, a manipulator, someone who held on to a massive secret while judging everyone else for their mistakes. But what does this mean for Billy moving forward? He is completely untethered now. He has lost his baby. He has lost his mother. He is a man without an anchor, and he is going to put all of his energy into Sally. He wants to start a new life, yes, but not the way Jill wanted. He wants to start a new life with Sally. He wants to rebuild whatever's left of their relationship. But let's be real. Can Sally even forgive him? Should she? I mean, I love a good redemption story, but Billy really messed up this time. He let his mother, his fake mother, get into his head and ruin the one pure thing he had going. Sally is lying there with a broken heart and a broken body, and Billy is going to come to her and say, hey, guess what? The woman who bullied you isn't even my real mom, so we can be happy now. That's not going to fix the fact that her baby is gone. That's not going to erase the trauma of that car crash. I don't know, you guys. I really don't know how they come back from this. Sometimes I think the writers just love torturing Sally. She cannot catch a break. She loses Ava. She gets her heart broken by Adam. She finally finds some stability with Billy. And then, boom, paternity drama, car crash, miscarriage, and now crazy DNA twists. It is a lot. It is almost too much. But that's why we watch, right? We love the mess. We live for the mess. And let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger pattern here. The Abbott family is already in complete chaos. Jack is running around losing his mind because Diane is missing, being held hostage by some creepy fake doctor, and Patty Williams is blackmailing him for sex. It is a madhouse over there, and now Billy is going to drop this bomb that he isn't even Jill's son. Who is his mother then? Is he even an Abbott? The show hasn't revealed that yet, and honestly, my brain is spinning with the possibilities. Could he be a Newman? Could he be a Chancellor? The ripple effects of this are going to tear through Genoa City for months. I just keep picturing Jill's face when Billy told her they were done. For someone who thrives on control, losing her grip on Billy has to be her worst nightmare. She thought she could just waltz into town, get rid of Sally, and reset Billy's life exactly the way she wanted it. She overplayed her hand, she pushed too hard, and now she has lost him forever. So what do you guys think? Is Billy actually going to stick to his guns and keep Jill out of his life? Or is he going to cave in a few months when he inevitably spirals again? And more importantly, does Sally take him back? If I were Sally, I would pack my bags, but not because Jill told me to. I would leave because this town is cursed. But we know Sally is a fighter. She doesn't back down. Maybe she stays just to spite Jill. Now that would be a storyline I want to see. Sally and Billy united against a completely alienated Jill. Honestly, my head hurts just thinking about all the ways this could go wrong. It's clunky, it's messy, it's incredibly dramatic, and it is exactly the kind of soap opera chaos we signed up for. I'm going to need to rewatch these scenes because the emotional weight of Billy reading that paper is just insane. He looks so broken, so completely destroyed. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I need to go process this and probably drink some more coffee. Let me know your theories in the comments. Who do you think Billy's real mother is? And do you think Jill deserves this? Because I kind of think she does. She really does. All right, I'm out. See you guys next time when hopefully things are slightly less chaotic, but probably not.